We were super sad, but she just had a death in her family. Thank you, sweet pea. She had a death in her family, so Miss Chaselyn is not with us. So we couldn't do the first episode without all the Bellas being here. So Chaselyn will be here in spirit, okay? Chaselyn, I think Chaselyn's on with us. Hey, Zizi. Hey, Tommy. So she's on with us, but this is her picture, so y'all remember that she's supposed to be here, and she'll be here next Wednesday. All right?
We miss you, Chaselyn.
We miss you, Chaselyn.
Yeah, we miss you.
Safe travels, love. All right. So the first Pretty Talk with Dr. Myla, we're going to start, since we're in the new year, 2017, we're going to start off, I want to start off by y'all telling me, like what did y'all do? What did you do for New Year's Eve? How'd you bring the new year in this time? What?
You want me to start?
Go ahead, Jen.
Super exciting. Stayed home.
Oh, that sounds...
Watched TV.
The whole family was together?
Yeah, well, no. Everybody but Jaden. We just stayed home and ate food and played games, and that was it. I was asleep before midnight.
You were?
Yeah.
Where you go, Mo? I know you turned
So, the plan was to wear my red bottoms, my fur jacket, my velvet dress.
Oh, that's right. I saw you had a post.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
But my friends were boring this year, so I stayed home.
Boring? Well, y'all didn't plan something ahead of time?
They didn't want to go out.
You're in Atlanta.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Next year will be better.
It was so rainy and the weather was awful.
Really?
So I think that's why a lot of people stayed home.
So what did you do?
I went to...
Oh, you were with the Sunbeams.
Yeah, I went to visit my twin and her Sunbeam friends.
We call them the Sunbeams.
Yeah, she lives in Green Bay, and so we just hung out
y'all
at her
go
house.
out?
Nope, we just hung out at her house and just had fun there.
So no, I didn't go out either.
Okay, so
No,
you didn't go
you know I didn't go.
So we all were inside, right? We're all pretty boring. That's okay.
I wasn't bored. I was with Bennett and Bradley.
Oh, I wasn't bored either.
We turned up.
So you had a good time.
Yes,
So did
until I tuned in to Dick Clark about 10 minutes before the ball was supposed to drop.
Yeah.
And saw that hideous performance by Mariah Carey. Anybody see it? Don't
Don't do her like that.
That was terrible.
I thought you said you were. What you
That
did
was
the next day? You
terrible.
said you were asleep.
No, I didn't make it to midnight.
Oh yeah, because her performance ended a little bit before midnight. So
Yeah.
she put you to sleep.
Absolutely.
How'd you fall asleep though? It was
Absolutely.
horrible.
What do you mean?
How'd you fall asleep on it?
How did you stay awake?
I was sitting there with my mouth hanging open. I
did
couldn't
you stay
believe it.
awake?
Like, how could you
Oh,
fall
no.
asleep on it? That was the worst performance I've ever seen.
I don't
It was
even.
bad.
Anybody do.
It was
I
bad.
didn't even watch it all.
It was bad.
I love Mariah, so I don't know. I'm kind of biased.
I mean,
So
I
you
love
think it
Mariah
was
too, but
bad?
that was bad. Like, you don't do that.
I
You're a
mean,
living legend.
that
I
was
was so
disrespectful.
embarrassed.
You're a living
I
legend.
was literally cringing.
It was
Like,
disrespectful.
It was really
Yeah,
bad.
Beyonce wouldn't do that.
I wanted my money back.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
You
Did you even
back?
did you even go?
Yes, honey. I did need to
Never.
reimburse me my cable bill or something. Honey. That was not right.
Yeah,
what
it
she
was
did.
a mess.
And the thing is, everybody knows she's got one of the best voices of all times. So I don't really care that she was lip syncing. Like, that wasn't my issue. It was just, she was so not prepared. It was just like she didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
So to me, it was like disrespect to all the fans. Like, that's one of the biggest shows on New Year's Eve. And so
Yeah.
for her to have that huge platform and just completely like
Blow
it looked like she was doing the very first ever rehearsal for what we gonna do on New Year's Eve. Like, it literally looked like it was a dry run.
It looked like it was a run through.
And she was careless. Like, I felt like she was completely careless. Like, just la-di-da-di-da.
Yeah.
Just give it to the crowd. Like, I wasn't here for it.
Yeah, I was kind of irritated.
And how's she not hear the music? But the dancers heard the
Honey,
music.
they didn't miss a beat.
Did y'all see that mascot?
Yes! The Spurs game.
That was hilarious.
bad
That
for
was
her.
so funny.
Why do you feel bad for her?
Because
Oh, I felt bad. I felt horrible for her.
I didn't.
I felt so awkward. Like, I don't like to see people like embarrass themselves, and that was embarrassing.
She didn't feel embarrassed to show up unprepared.
Child.
So what you feel bad for?
I felt bad for her.
She can't
it
even
was
walk
so
in
awkward.
heels on her own. That's, like, so annoying.
Every time she comes out, somebody's like, she got two guys on the side of her holder, so she don't fall.
Like, just never mind.
She should just stop wearing heels.
All the time.
It was just bad.
Okay, I'm over her. Next.
Completely.
What are we gonna
Completely.
Oh, so you know who wouldn't have performed like that?
Who?
Janet,
Janet Jackson?
Beyonce.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
Yeah,
if
Janet
their
Jackson for
sound was
sure.
out, if they wouldn't have forgot the words. If they did, they'd have made up something else that was even more fabulous than the original words. They'd have been
But
performing
that's
and
because
dancing.
they're performers.
That's-
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like Mariah Carey's not a performer. Like, she's a
How-
singer, absolutely, but she's not like an entertainer, a performer. Like, Janet's a performer.
I can't even do
Like,
that.
her voice ain't Mariah, but she's
Janet just had a baby, though.
Yeah, she did.
she did.
She just had her baby. Her baby boy.
What was his name? Asaya or something like that? I can't wait till they show pictures of the baby.
I don't
know
It's
his
beautiful.
name.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, but who? Okay, So I know when I had my kids, I did not snap back in 4 days. But Jocelyn,
Woo, she most definitely did.
now I know. Now you know I have talked about how people can bring their bodies back after babies. But Jocelyn in 4 days, like that picture, I was like, oh my! I would take that body now. And I'm my youngest one is 3. She looks insane.
Yeah, her body is. Her, Tiana Taylor, they're like, okay, that's body goals, like.
Right. So I mean, people be like, what did she must have got surgery? People don't get surgery 4 days after they had a baby. That was good. Taking care of herself during the pregnancy, and if you think about it, she wasn't all out in the limelight during her pregnancy. Like, you really didn't see her. She didn't post a lot, but she was clearly staying healthy because the baby came out and she looks ridiculously awesome.
Sick.
Yeah. So when people snap back like that, it's not just what you do during the pregnancy, but it's what you do after you have the baby. Mm-hmm. So where most people make a mistake, and you see celebrities snap back really quickly, faster than the average person. Yeah. But what people are doing is binding themselves up. So you want to you don't want to have the baby and then just be walking free with everything flapping in the breeze. You don't want to do that. You want to have the baby, and by the time you leave the hospital, you should be in a binder, a garment, something to pull everything back in. Because
can you bind up if you have a C-section?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're not binding up it's compression, but it's not so tight that it will mess. I mean, because if you think about it, when we do tummy tucks and stuff like that on people, we still have them in compression garments. Mm-hmm. So you basically, if you wear something that's like a surgical compression garment after you have your child, it'll help bring everything in. And if you wear a compression garment that actually captures your hips too, it'll help push your hips back in, because while you're pregnant, your hips spread to accommodate.
That's what my friend, she was asking me, because she's pregnant now. She's like, and after this baby, I gotta get right back.
So you need to send her a garment.
I'm excited to have kids and get pregnant because of the hips widening. Like, I can't wait. I have no hips. Like, I have absolutely no hips.
You do have hips.
No, I don't.
Girl,
like,
that's when my hips came.
No, I have no hips. Yes, I want hips because of that. Like, I can't wait to be pregnant and have kids for hips.
Okay,
like,
so maybe you shouldn't wear a full garment if you want your hips to stay.
I won't.
Put on a binder.
Okay.
Like a waist, not a waist trainer. You don't want to wear a waist trainer right after you have a baby. That's bad.
So why don't
you
you know the difference between a binder and a waist trainer?
So there's binders, there's waist trainers, and then there's surgical garments. So the abdominal binder, it's usually got Velcro, and you can adjust the.
And then a panty too.
Yeah, and then there's like the tummy tuck panty. And then there's the waist trainers. Now that you don't want to be doing that right after you have a kid. You want to wait until you're at least probably 6 to 8 weeks out from the delivering before you go and put on a waist trainer. But like the surgical compression garments, it gives you a good amount of compression safely. So it'll help bring everything back in while you still have those hormones circulating after you've had the kid. That those hormones are there to help pull things back together. So then if you go and add a compression garment to it, it'll help shrink. It'll help encourage it down even faster. And that's the same principles we use when we do liposuction. Right. After I do liposuction, I take all that fat out, and then we also encourage the skin to shrink and the body to mold down to the new shape with the garment. And you can do the same thing after you have a baby. Now, you can't go by what I look like now, but after I had, honey, that's a whole nother story. I didn't gain my post-baby weight after my children. I gained it after I stopped breastfeeding. With both of my kids, my mother, and I learned that, I didn't learn that in plastic surgery. Actually, I learned that from my mom. Like, her mother told her the same thing. She's like, when you have your baby, you don't be walking around. You make sure you always have a bra on. You make sure you're always in some sort of a girdle and pull things back in. And that's when my mom had 7 children, and you saw my mother, right?
She's fabulous.
Because every time she had a baby, she bound it up. So after I had my first kid, she did the same thing. And I was back to my pre-pregnancy size, actually a little bit smaller, 3 weeks after both of my children. But then my issue was, here was where I messed up. And you would have thought I would have learned after the first kid. When I blew up, I stopped breastfeeding and I blew up. Like, so I was good until my first kid I breastfed for like 3 months. And then my second baby I breastfed for 6 months. And I was good with both of them until after I stopped, and then I gained a bunch of weight. My appetite came back, and I wasn't losing calories from nursing, and so I kept eating the same way I was eating when I was nursing, and I wasn't exercising. So the next thing I knew, I was 30 pounds up. So don't do what I did. Make sure that you take care of yourself after you stop nursing if you nurse so that you don't gain a bunch of weight back. But the trick to getting your belly back quickly after you have children is you could just wear a post-surgical garment. That's the safest thing. Yeah.
I wish I would have known that.
Yeah. Well, now you
Taking
know.
notes.
You can just have another baby and then.
Oh. No thanks. I'm good.
So, okay. So one thing that I wanted, I want everybody to talk about what one of your pretty goals is for 2017. Like I want everybody to think about something that they want to. I don't want to say pretty resolution because everybody talks about resolutions and then like probably by like Friday of this week you will be done with it.
Yeah, you're
right.
over it. Yeah.
So I want everybody to think about something that they want to improve or do better at over the course of the next year, like a pretty resolution.
Okay. So we have to think about it now?
Tell me tomorrow, Kayla.
I have one.
What?
So, can I tell a quick story?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jacob and I, we went to Taco Mac the other night to watch the Sugar Bowl. Oh, you won, by the way. I went there.
Which one of me won? Because I represent Ohio State and Michigan.
No, University of Oklahoma.
Oh, I thought you said you won, by the way. Like,
oh,
I won.
Oh, you.
Oh, yeah, Ohio State. I'm like, no, we
Ohio State
didn't.
and Michigan.
We got,
Y'all see I'm paying attention to those sports.
No, Boomer Sooner.
Okay.
Oh, you won.
I'm like,
so anyways,
I
we went to
won?
watch the game and we sat at the bar and there was this man next to us and we overheard him talking and basically his house burned down 4 days ago.
What?
And so like completely like lost everything. So
And you guys went through that.
Exactly. So like I immediately started sobbing, like crying all in my chicken nachos. Like it hit me really, really hard because we went through that. Like not to that extent, like where we didn't like lose everything, but my heart just really went out to him. So like I was telling Jacob, I was just like, I really want to do something for this man. Like I just feel so bad. Like I feel like I could cry like thinking about it now. It hurt my heart. So anyways, Jacob leaned over to him and asked if there's anything that we could do, and he said, well, actually, another stranger just set up a GoFundMe account for like another stranger that was sitting at the bar. Like again, like overheard him talking and just set up a GoFundMe account. So we were like, oh, okay, great. Like, what is it? So he showed it to us, and we logged on to it and donated some money.
Well, what is it?
And I shared it on my Facebook page. So it's on
Okay,
there.
I'll share it.
Me
so
too.
If you got anybody wants to help this man, since he just lost his home right before.
Exactly.
After.
Like right before the new year, it happened.
wow.
So yeah, because it was 4 days ago from whatever night that was. We went to watch the game. So yeah, it was really sad. So anyways, when we left that night, I just told Jacob, I was like, I really want to start just doing more things like that. So like random acts of kindness.
That's good.
Oh, that's a great one. Like, pay it forward. That's a great one.
I feel like I need to think of a better goal.
I know. Like, you have me over here
Like,
rethinking
mine
my
wasn't like
pretty goal. Like, just never mind.
Dang it, Jess, you should have went last.
That was a really good one.
I might have to come back to y'all next week for mine. Jess's was too good. You got a good one, Mo? I just forgot mine after that story.
Sorry, y'all. No,
Okay.
I think that's a really good thing.
I mean, it is a good thing. Like the whole thing is like, everybody knows that I'm about not just inner beauty, but outer beauty and evolving as a person and as a woman and a businesswoman and a friend and a mother and a boss and all that kind of stuff. And so I think it's important for us to do things to nurture our souls and to help others and give back. And so that's kind of what I was hoping that, you guys said. I mean, that was real meaningful. I mean, to the point where I think I want to rethink mine. But, that's what I want everybody to, I challenge everybody to go inward more and not be so focused on the outside. Don't get me wrong. I love my outside, but I think that people give a lot to their external and not enough to their internal. And both of them should be equally as beautiful. So... Y'all got something good to top, Jess, or maybe y'all.
Mine would honestly just be not to focus so much on social media and other people's opinions and thoughts and what they're thinking. Because that's so major nowadays. Like we're always thinking, oh, you know, like
comparing.
Yes, we're always comparing. We're always looking at other people and wishing we had this or wishing we had that because of, you know, all these platforms that are, you know, available for us nowadays. You know, that
and
is
it's not even
annoying.
real.
Yeah, it's not
front.
real.
Yeah.
Facebook front.
Yeah, exactly. It's Instagram, Facebook, everything. Like, it's just like, it's really taken over, you know, the world nowadays. And, you know, like I told you the other day, my friend made a point to me the other day when he said, how many times do you log into an app a day? And I thought about it and I was like, wow, like I'm always in an app. Like, you know, you're always clicking in on an app. Like, I just want to kind of, outside of work, just kind of let my phone be aside and just, you know.
You can fast from
I
it.
talked about, I literally told my my sister Kira that I was like, should we delete our Instagrams for 2017? Like, you know, because
The whole year? Well, that's
Yes.
kind of drastic.
it is. Whether I'm
I just meant like a month or so.
Because the
Girl,
thing
I
about
was thinking more
January-
like 5 to 7
If you
days.
think about it, think how many times you're in and out of the app though. Like you're
No, I
on it
know.
That's
all
what we
the
kind of
time.
hard
Like
to
you,
do,
it's
Kayla.
distracting.
You do social media.
I know, but I can do it. I can do
Ederra
it.
Bella.
I can do it
She's
for
trying to-
work.
She's
I can-
trying to do social media without social media.
No, I can do it for
This
work,
pretty
but
gold
for
thing
my
going too far.
personal use, I don't think I can do
Yeah.
that.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just too much. Like I get so distracted and
You
like,
do you all you know I talk to you about this all the time. I feel like especially the younger generation, that video I posted on my page yesterday, people born after 1984 get so caught up in likes. And they don't mean anything because people watch. They watch in secret. They will be looking at every single thing you post and never press like.
ghost followers.
Sometimes they push like when they laughing at you. Now, luckily, they got these new things in Facebook where you can actually, views help for you to see what's really going on compared to likes. But they also have these little emojis so you don't have to just click like. Because I used to feel conflicted when something sad would roll up and my only option was like. It's like,
You're like, yeah,
you
they're
don't
like,
wanna-
my grandma just died.
Right,
And
you
they're
don't want to click
like,
like. But the people get real value. They think they're getting real value out of these likes and they don't mean anything. Because you can have a gazillion followers and a trillion likes and not have anybody valuable in your life. And if you think about the people who are billionaires, if you look up the richest people in the world, they probably don't even have an Instagram account because they're too busy doing meaningful things to be scrolling through Instagram. So I think I'm actually really proud of you for saying that because you're upset. Like sometimes I'm like annoyed at how obsessed you are with, no, nobody's gonna like that. I'm not gonna post that because it didn't get enough likes. I'm like, girl, if you don't post that.
Because I mean, it's just society nowadays. Like you just, it's like I said, like you're always being
Okay, so
compared or
let's say
being-
you put something up and nobody ever likes it. Like you get 0 likes.
that happens all the time
she would take it down.
on Facebook.
And then
I don't
what-
take it down. I'm not. It's not to the point where I see people on Facebook or Instagram.
I'm talking about you.
Oh, I don't do that.
You don't. Oh, everybody always.
When do you
like
ever
your
see
stuff.
me? No, wait a minute. I didn't
Oh,
say
I'm
all
just
that.
saying,
When
we
I
love
don't
it.
delete stuff. Like if it, you know, it gets what it gets. Like you know, like it just it's life, you know. But like it's like it's more so like I'm really thinking really hard about it, like
Why?
posting it.
So why? What happens? Oh, so what are you?
Because
scared
it's
of?
like you like people are so judgmental off of social media. Like you,
They're judgmental, not on social
comparing,
media,
like
too.
especially like you know, I made it like clear to you. Like I have a twin. Like you know, it's consistent comparing. Like that's annoying to me. So that's why my goal for 2017 is like just kind of relax on social media and focus on.
But you just kind of
more
skated
important
around my question.
What was the question?
What happens? Like you're worried about. You're still saying that you care about what other people kind of think. So what happens if they think the worst of something that you did? Like say, like what if? Okay, so we just did. I mean, everybody. I mean, this is not normal what we just did here today, right? So let's say all your friends is like, oh my God, you are stupid. I cannot believe y'all sat there and made like a fake Facebook live show. Like that is so whack.
I mean,
Then what?
It's not that it's so hard, like, oh my God, let me, like, I don't care, but like,
So then would you come back next week? Because I'm gonna be here. next week.
absolutely. That it's not.
I'm just wondering because I know some people, but the thing is, I'm just no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you got a choice.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, they got a choice. No, but seriously, because the reason I'm asking that, okay, so a few weeks ago, I posted on my page and I said, what would you do? What did I say? I said, what would you do if you weren't afraid? And some of the stuff I saw made me so sad, you know, because that's what keeps people from reaching their highest heights, is because they're worried about failing or worried about rejection or worried about what other people will think of them going out on a limb. And it cripples people. It cripples a lot of people. It cripples most people. And so, I mean, I have these conversations with people who are 50 and 60 and they're still afraid to do stuff.
Yeah.
Afraid of failure, afraid of rejection. There is no successful person that didn't fail. It's not really a failure, it's the fall forward. Like, as long as you're learning from it, you take the bad part and get rid of it, or modify it, and the good part and amplify it. You keep going and you'll end up with something good. But if you never try, you won't fail, but you also won't succeed. So you just can't really be worried about, I mean, it's okay to fail. Who cares? Okay, that was a flop. Let's try something else. It's not a big deal. But people are crippled by fear. And so who cares if nobody likes it? They're still looking. A lot of times they're not liking because they're jealous, or they just don't want you to know they're paying attention. Why?
Yeah.
It's different reasons why people do that stuff. But that shouldn't stop your forward movement and your attempts to grow, because you can't grow without failing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when I was in medical school and I studied a lot, so I mastered studying. And if I took a practice test and got all the questions right, some of them questions I probably got right by accident. I got lucky. But when I miss a question, then I go back and I actually read the explanation to figure out why I missed it and figure out what it was that I didn't understand, and then I learn it. And so then when I see that question on the test, I'm ready for it. But if you accidentally get stuff right or never fail at anything, then you can't sharpen your pencil. You can't sharpen your axe. You can't get better. So I personally think that failure is moving toward success. It's required to get there. So, but I'm glad you said that was huge for you to say that, because I know that a lot of the social media stuff, you're like, I feel like you care a little bit too much. It's not a big deal. I guess you're like, really, because every time I have a word spelled wrong, you bite my head off and I have a fit.
I mean, not that, but like, it's
just
I think that it's like, I've heard it 1,000 times, like, it's my generation, we grew up in this, we have a problem with it. I don't want to be, affiliated with that anymore. I can let it go.
All right, Mo, you got something?
I knew y'all was gonna come back to me, and I still was thinking. I'm like, okay, so
you was
think
like,
of
I was
something
listening
good.
to Kayla.
Don't outdo them. Still be on the same level. Because all the stuff I listed really was about me and my spiritual growth. Really, like.
Well, that's good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Really good.
So, what's your goal? What's your pretty goal for spiritual growth?
To be more faithful to going to church on Sunday, not saying I'm gonna go and learn something, and then eventually look into charity work. Like, I know my family has like missionary work they do in Haiti with their stuff, so I like to donate, but I haven't gone since I was 4. So like, eventually my goal is to travel and go see the charity and go see the kids and see how it is there.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really
That's
good.
a good
That's
goal.
a great one, Mo.
I'll go with you.
I still didn't tell y'all the goals, did I?
No.
Mine is kind of in a lot like with Mo's. Like, my pretty goal for 2017 is to find a way to align. I want my whole life. I want to live with the most integrity possible, and what I mean by that is to not have one life at work and one life in my personal life. I want to find a way to connect my spiritual growth and my business growth and my growth as a mom together. So it's kind of like a unified initiative. I feel like if I'm able to figure out how to do that gracefully and tastefully and without shoving certain things down people's throat, but just kind of like authentic to me, I feel like that'll open up the floodgates for the possibilities. And
I agree.
I feel like I'll be able to impact and influence more people in a good way and help some people. I think that's my pretty goal for 2017. So let's see, what questions did we miss? Do we have any questions? Tommy said he cares a lot about what other people think. It's hard to see the questions from this perspective. Yeah. I might have to grab the phone. I'm gonna grab the phone, my phone. So everybody wants to okay, let's see. Everybody else, so I'm gonna grab my phone so I can see if I miss this question. Thanks, Tommy. He said my hair was killing it. Hey, Azizi. Yes, it's past Justice bedtime. Hey, Brandy.
Who said that?
Azizi.
Who called you out?
Azizi did. They were talking about.
Yes, girl.
Tommy,
I go to bed at 9:30.
Let's see. No questions though. They were just watching this, y'all. Oh, she was okay. All right, so we're gonna scroll back. By next week, I'm gonna work on trying to find a way for me to be able to actually see what you guys are saying real time, so you can join in, or maybe I'll have somebody here to read these questions as they go. Okay, I don't really see any questions. All right, everybody. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you all for hey, Jonathan. Yang, I miss you, man. All right, that's one of the guys who trained with me for plastic surgery. So thank you everybody for joining in. I thank you. I hope you will share the this Facebook Live post with your followers and let people know what we're doing. We'll be back next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And we'll also upload this to YouTube, the edit of this to YouTube in the next few days. And if it's anything you would like to hear us talk about, in particular related to plastic surgery or skin or beauty or makeup or whatever, go ahead and do that. This is a platform for us to help people through our conversations and our interactions and stuff we know about, whatever, help everybody be stronger, more beautiful inside and out, live a authentic life, feel free, all that kind of good stuff. So thank you all for joining in with us. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Bye.
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 And Chaselyn said bye too, y'all.
Bye. The picture is hilarious.